Hi, my name's Hannah. I'm a secondary school English teacher and I've been teaching for 8 years. First of all, from my own experience, I always assumed that Usborne was a publisher for predominantly sort of primary school students. So I think making it really clear to secondary schools that you do have a lot of content for the secondary age range would be really important, first of all. I think that would really grasp our attention rather than just assuming the association with the primary school curriculum instead. I think maybe having some extracts on hand from the books that you have so that teachers can see which ones fit best for their curriculum, their students, and they can make a better informed decision before purchase would be excellent. I also think maybe making it really clear how they fit into the English curriculum. Schools don't often have a huge amount of funding for sort of sets of books for classes. So if there are books that are both interesting and enjoyable, as well as having some clear links to the curriculum, either sort of GCSE wise or in terms of citizenship or well-being, that would be really beneficial to a school. They'd be much more interested if they could see that it was going to be beneficial from a multitude of different ways. And I think also making it clear that there is a modern selection. With the curriculum as it is, it's quite old-fashioned. Having anything that can maybe make it a bit, I don't know, more enjoyable. I think having books for Dear, Drop Everything and Read would be really good as well. And that'd be really beneficial for my school in particular, as well as others, I imagine too. Personally, I think emails often get discarded. I think we have so many coming through every day as teachers that I think that probably isn't the best way. I think personally, mail is the best way for us. Definitely author visits. We've had a few at my school, but they are mainly aimed at Key Stage 3. I think having someone on hand for Key Stage 4 would also be fantastic because reading enjoyment does seem to take a massive dip during GCSE, possibly because of the text we study, but also I think it's just an age thing. So having sort of modern authors that are able to discuss things that maybe students aren't aware they can find books that cover those topics would be really, really good. I also think maybe having samples of the books of the visiting authors that can maybe be explored in class before the day of the book event would be really good, because often there seems to be very little continuity between what's happening in an English lesson and then a random book event. So having some link between what they've been looking at in class and the author on the day would be really good, and they would understand the importance and significance more if they had a bit of background on that author potentially. My school has got a really big EAL contingent. Over 50% of our school has English as a second language. So I think that's something that we need to look at. A lot of the texts we do study can be quite complicated. So having texts maybe that are simplified versions of GCSE texts would be really, really useful for us. I also think books that have links to other cultures often go down really well. We're currently studying Refugee Boy in Year 8 from Benjamin Zephaniah. And the students love that. It's quite simple in terms of content, but also relevant to a lot of them. And they feel like they get a lot more out of that than they do something from the 19th century, for example. Diverse characters and settings. Again, having such a diverse student body, texts that are set outside of the UK are often really valuable to them. And students that aren't, white British as well. Is something they often look for in text and don't often find. Non-fiction for Key Stage 4 as well would be fantastic. The resources we have from exam boards are often quite dry, and I think having non-fiction texts that are, a bit more with the times, a bit more relatable would be really valuable for our students as well.